Hey guys, so as promised I'm going to be doing a video about my second UCAS day at Royal Holloway, which I had last week, as in 1 week ago from this being published. I'm actually recording it the day after I had it, so it was only yesterday for me, but you're going to be watching it the earliest 6 days afterwards. But yeah, it was my second UCAS day because I applied for universities last year, went through the whole process, and then now I'm doing it again this year. So I had another UCAS day. This time it was for geology and not geography. But the whole process was fairly similar, but I'll still talk through it. I didn't spend a huge amount of time there because I've been there several times already before, you know, for like open days and other UCAS days obviously. So I know the place pretty well. I know the campus pretty well already. I didn't go on any tours of anything just because I'd done it all before, so it didn't really seem like I needed to do it again. Yeah, it wasn't like a crazy busy day. Last year, I think, I don't know, I was a lot more, I don't know whether I'd say enthused. I think I was just at a different point in the process. This year, Royal Holloway, I still really like the place, and if I went there I know I'd be very happy there. I really like the university, all the people there, the department is really great, but Southampton is the one that I really want this year. But it was still important for me to, you know everything about Holloway that I could and to make the most of the day there, and I think my chair just broke. That's not good. So yeah, it was quite a quiet day in comparison to last year, I feel. But yeah, we started with lunch and they gave us Papa John's. I mean, this is crazy. I've been to so many like open days and UCAS days and interviews, and they have like, you know, a buffet lunch with like sandwiches. The department was like, oh, yeah, lunch will be here in a bit. We've ordered some pizzas. And I was like, what? And they were Papa John's, and they'd got my favourite one. So, you know, that was put in my good books already. We then had like a talk about the department and stuff. It was kind of like, I felt really sort of awkward because, you know, students were coming around and staff coming around and, you know, asking whether we had any questions, and I was like, I really don't, because I've asked them all already. I know about the campus and accommodation and commuting if I wanted to, and, you know, its location in general, and, you know, societies I've looked into and things like that. I've already done a huge amount of research as to the life at Royal Holloway, so it was kind of awkward. Just I hadn't really got anything to ask, and the courses, I'd done loads of researching about the courses themselves because, you know, I wanted to make sure that this year I was applying for the ones that I really did want. So I felt kind of like redundant almost, like the only reason I was there was for this chat that I was going to have with a member of staff. For the rest of the day I was kind of like, I know already, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, we had this chat and we talked about like research, we talked about mapping and the different trips you go on as well, which all sound really good. And we then had, well, they split us up into like 2 groups, so half of us went on like a tour, the other half had their interviews, and I had my interview first. It wasn't really an interview, it was just sort of like an informal chat. I had a question, I've forgotten your name. I did a video for my UCAS day last year and I got a comment last night asking what you should wear, and I would say, if it's an interview, if you know it's like an important interview and your offer is going to be based on this, you have to make a good impression, so dress up smart. I've been to interviews where I've been the only person wearing like a suit or like a shirt and like a nice skirt or something. I've been the only person that everyone else has come in like jeans. That's not a bad thing. Like at the time you'll feel like, oh my god, I'm so overdressed, but at the same time they know you're trying to make a good impression. They're not going to penalise you for that whatsoever. So be more, I'd say it's better to be overdressed than underdressed, definitely. For the UCAS days, I've been to several at different places now, so I normally wear, they're not as formal. You still have a chat with someone, you're still trying to make a good impression, so obviously I would not turn up dressed exactly how I normally dress, because I understand that I don't dress, I'm a little bit scruffy, let's put it that way, but I would say I normally wear like a shirt. In my last video I'm wearing the shirt that I wore, so you can see it, so I'm wearing like, it's like a light blue shirt, and then I have like a vest underneath it because it's just a little bit like loose, and that's no good. And then I wear it with like black jeans, so they're not like scruffy jeans, they're like my nicest black jeans. And then trainers, I normally, last year I wore Converse, this year I wore DC's, so I felt fairly like smart casual in that's fine. But obviously if it's like a really important thing, if we're going for an Oxbridge interview, I would say wear a suit regardless, like just go for a suit. I've never done an Oxbridge interview or like visit day or anything, but I would say make as good an impression as you can. And there were plenty of people at the UCAS days I've been to who were just there in like their normal clothes, you know, just regular jeans and a t-shirt, and that's fine. But you know, I kind of want to be seen to be making a little bit of an impression. So yeah, that was just to clear that up. I shall try and send this to you. I think your name was Lena. It was I think you're Greek, which is interesting. So your name was Lena Kafritsa. I have not done Greek in like 3 years. This is horrendous. Kafritsa, if I've got that right, I'm going to be really impressed with myself. But hopefully you're watching this and I've just cleared that up. I already sent you a comment, I know. But yeah, that's just my opinion on what you should wear. Other people will tell you differently. That is just my experience from having done like 5 of these friggin' days. So yeah, I had my chat with a member of staff, which was really good. We had a chat about everything. This was a lot less formal. The one that I had a couple of weeks ago was very, what do you know about geology? Tell me everything you know. What research have you done for this interview? Stuff like that. This one was a lot more informal. We just had a chat. We just basically went through my personal statement. So, you know, he was like, languages are clearly very important because I've done like 4. And we talked about music and the shows that I'd played and things like that. What else? Oh, my travelling, my coursework, what I was planning to do the rest of my gap year. He was also very confused as to why I hadn't got in already, because I got 2 B's and a C and didn't get in for geography with that last year, and he was very confused as to why. So that was weird. And he also wanted to include my maths AS in my offer as well, which would make it easier for me to get in. It would mean I only need to improve one of my subjects by 1 grade, so that would either mean my geography goes from a B to an A or my physics goes from a C to a B. But that's not finalised yet. That was just an informal thing that he told me. It's not my official offer. That I should get that in like a week maybe. I completely forgot. Last year, the chat that I had, I was the one asking the questions. He was like, do you have anything to ask me? We didn't even go through like my personal statement or anything. Fortunately this year we did have like a little bit of chat, but then he was like, is there anything you need to ask me? And I was like, well, I have asked pretty much all my questions, you know, in the previous year. But because I'd applied for 2 courses this year and you know, I hadn't applied for them last year. That was the only real big difference between this year and last year. So he basically just looked at the differences between the 2 courses, and there's not a lot in it. There's only a couple of courses that are different. The projects you do in your 3rd year are slightly different, and I'm not sure which one I prefer just yet. I mean, to be honest, regardless of which one I pick, I can always switch. I mean, I could even switch to the 4-year course, which I've definitely thought about doing if I, you know, have a good first year or wherever I end up. And that was it, really. That was basically the whole day. So yeah, I didn't really spend as much time, you know, looking around yesterday. You should still make the most of your day as much as you can, but honestly, last year I had such a good day. I managed to get so much in and I got so much out of it as a result. I talked to so many people, and a lot of the stuff I was talking about, even though I was applying for a different course, it's the same because it was about the life and, you know, people who live at home, because I was potentially going to live at home last year and commute in. But yeah, that was my whole day really, and I think it went quite well. I haven't got my offers through yet. When I did my video for my Southampton one, my offers had already come through, but it was only yesterday, so I can't expect to have it within 24 hours. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. I haven't really explained much, but I'll send this to the person who asked me the question about what to wear, and yeah, that's my UCAS days, and that was all my UCAS days done now. I've had all my interviews and stuff. Now I've just got to wait for my final offers and then results. That's only in like 3 weeks. And there's 2 days before I go to Sydney. We booked my ticket yesterday. It's all official. I'm really, really, really excited. I'm not looking forward to it's 22 hours and 5 minutes there, and then it's 23 and 55 back. Ugh, by myself as well, so I have to deal with that, which I'm not looking forward to. I've only done a 12-hour flight by myself before. This is 4 times as long in total, including a layover in Sydney, in Singapore, which I've been to Singapore before, so that makes me like this much more at ease, but I've still got to, you know, do the whole thing by myself, and I'm so concerned I'm just going to mess it all up, and yeah, never mind. Hopefully it'll all go well. I'm going to try and do daily vlogs as well. Don't know how it's going to work out at all, but that's what I'm going to try and do. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to stop rambling. I've got another video to film, and anyway, I shall see you next week. Have a great week, guys, and I shall see you later. Bye!